Hello, my lovely Facebook crew. Oh, goodness me. God, I'm really sweaty. It's disgusting. So I've just had another gym session with my personal trainer. A bit later than normal. Just scheduled that way because I was watching Princess last night in her play. I've got to say, she was absolutely amazing. My little Princess Navia, she was absolutely fantastic. So because I didn't get home till late, we rescheduled and we thought that we would have a gym session at 11 o'clock today. Which, I tell you something, I've clearly upped my game. My personal trainer, I've been having this personal trainer for a year now. And we seriously have stepped up. So I'm doing 45-minute sessions now. I'm doing my own kind of like warm-up. But running really fast on that running machine, which is a bitch, to say the least. But I feel so invigorated. I feel fantastic, and it's a strange one really, because I've only just, it's not that I've only just realised, because I knew this before when I was training before really heavily. I had a long period of time in my life where I stopped going to the gym, and in a funny kind of way, it's kind of like neglecting yourself when you come to think of it, especially when you've always gone to the gym and looked after yourself in that respect. So I had a big 4-year gap where I didn't go, and it was last October when I decided, actually, I looked in the mirror and said, who are you? Who are you? Where did this 3 stone come from? Why have you gone up in your clothes sizes? And why have you allowed that to happen? And actually, it needs to stop. So that particular morning, I got up, and it was a Sunday actually, and I went down to my local gym. They'd just opened, they'd refurbed it, all refurbed. It's the Feel Good Centre in Walthamstow, and I absolutely love it there. And I went there, and it was like all the odds were against me. All the odds were against me. And it was a weird one really, because I got there and it took me over 2 hours, I kid you not, just to register, because these people just did not know what they was doing down there, and I was getting more and more aggravated. But I was persistent, and I persisted, and I then had a gym session that day, and then I went again the following day, and I thought, I'm not going to keep this up. I know what I'm like. I haven't been for 4 years. It really was not really on the top of my agenda. It's just that I looked in that mirror that particular morning. I looked at myself, and I just didn't recognise who I was. Mentally, physically, everything. I didn't know who I was. And it scared me to a certain degree. So I thought, no, I've got to do something. So there she was, little Ruth. She came up to me, and she had personal trainer written on her, I'll never forget it, on her t-shirt. And she said to me, excuse me. I was on the bike, and I went, oh, you're a personal trainer. And she was like, yeah. I said, sign me up now. Do it. And she was like, what? What are you talking about? She didn't even need to sell her services to me. Nothing. So she's right, okay then. And she must have just thought, oh my God, I've got a crazy lady here. So we went into her little room to talk about what I wanted to do. I said, I just want you to get me fit. I need to be back to who I was. I don't recognise myself. And it wasn't just the weight, as I said, it was a mental thing as well. I was totally stressed out. I didn't realise how stressed out I actually was. And you don't, because you're going through it. You just don't see it. And it takes its toll on every part of you, So anyway, so she went to sign me up. She said, right, okay, so 10 sessions to start with then, and you need to pay X amount of money, but you need to pay it now. And I was like, oh, I've got no money on me. Got no card on me. I said to her, wait there. So I got in my car. I hot-footed it back home. I picked up my debit card. I went back to that gym. I found her and I said, oi, Lady Ruth, come on, sign me up now. And she looked at me, and she, honestly, I could see it in her face. I've got a crazy woman, right? Anyway, so we signed up, and I've never looked back. Now, there's been times, I kid you not, I have woken up, especially when I was doing the 6 o'clock ones, waking up at 5 and thinking, oh, I can't bear this. I can't think of anything worse right now than going to the gym and punishing myself, because I was seeing it as a punishment. And I don't know why. Back to that mentality. It's that mental thing again. I was seeing it as a punishment. I was seeing it as I was punishing my body. I was punishing myself. I'm going to that gym. It's a punishment, and I'm going to do it because I need to be punished. Hello? What is all that about? What is all that about? you know. And many a morning I'd wake up and I'd go there and she'd look at me and I'd look at her and she could see my face. she knew I did not want to be there. But that woman persisted. She was patient. She persisted with me and she worked with me. And she's worked with me not, I'll tell you something, she's like my little shrink. Because I don't mean that like that. She's not qualified for that. But we do have a little chat, you know, and I really do love going there now, and I really do love, you know, doing my workouts with her, and my fitness levels are through the roof to what they were, and I'm not quite back to that person who I was, but I tell you something, I'm 95% there, right? Because now mentally I am stronger than ever. I'm more focused than ever. And, you know, all right, I've got to lose another stone or whatever, but that will come. But the key thing about this is I'm actually really enjoying it now. It's a killer. And it's not a punishment. I've had to switch my mind around. You know, I've switched it. It's not a punishment. So anyone that gets up in the morning, and I know it's easy for me to say, but I'm telling you, I've been through it, and thinks to themselves, oh my God, why would I want to do that to my body? Why would I want to do that? That's just awful. Well, actually, it ain't. Because what it does, if you keep doing it and you keep persisting at whatever level it is that you can maintain, all right? So this ain't about being Mo Farah. You know, this ain't about picking up bleeding God knows how many kilos of weights because the bloke down the road does it or the woman over there does it. This is about you, finding you, tuning your mind in, tuning yourself in. And one of the key things about all of this, it's actually about learning to love yourself again. Right? Because we fall out of love with ourselves. And the reason we fall out of love with ourselves is because we get so engrossed in the daily stresses of life, whether it's work, whether it's relationships, whether it's children. We're constantly giving. We're constantly giving to our work. We're constantly giving to our friends. We're constantly giving to our children. We're constantly giving to our husbands. You know, I don't have all of that around me per se, but if you're constantly giving, at some point, your glass will be empty. At some point, your energy will be empty. And if you're not receiving that back in any shape or form, and you're not being replenished, at the least you can do is replenish yourself. And to replenish yourself, it's that old cliche, and I know, you know, I'm touching 50 in like 6 months' time, and what I've only just realised. No, it's not like that. I've always known. But you know, you go through life, don't you, with your ups and downs, and some of it's about the people you mix with. Some of it's because you've got to be careful of that because they can just suck your energy, whether they just by being in the same room. But so it's about replenishing yourself. It's about making sure that you do exercise, you're stretching, you're doing, and even if that's just a brisk walk, even if that's just, I'm going to walk to the bus stop today, or I'm going to get off the bus today, 2 bus stops earlier, and walk to the train station from there. Whatever that means to you, to keep you moving. And then it's about making sure that you're replenishing your body and giving it water, lots of water. Giving it lots of water, giving it decent food, you know, getting the right vitamins. And seriously, especially, vitamins are so crucial, especially now we're going into winter. I suffer from SAD, and I actually really do, and it's horrendous for me. At some points, I dip so low. And it was this dip I've just had recently where I'm pumping vitamin D3 down my neck and B complex. But this is, I've had a bit of a, I'm rambling a bit, but you have to bear with me, right? So I've had a bit of a switch in the brain. So the past few days, I will say that I've realised, or my body has adjusted to this fact that we're going into winter. And I'm not a winter person. I'm a spring baby. So I love the spring and the summer. And that's where I flourish. That's where I'm at my best. And my body's had this realisation. And I went into hibernation for a couple of days and I didn't see anybody and I didn't talk to anybody, I didn't go anywhere, and that was fine because that's what I needed to do. But yesterday when I got to the gym, I was on a bloody mission. I was on this mission to just bash this negativity out of me, and I worked so hard, and at the end of it I was amazed at how fantastic I felt. And it's only then, after a year of doing this, that I've got myself back to the point where I can honestly say that going to the gym is a fabulous thing to do. So back to this replenishing yourself. You've got to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, listen, don't depend on others to do it for you. So you've got to really get your brain into gear, mix with people that feed you spiritually, feed you mentally, but feed you positivity. Eat well, go to the gym, train well, and rest. Make sure you rest. Life ain't a race. It's not a race. You've got to enjoy it. You've got to enjoy as much as you can. And this morning I've said to myself, and I'm bearing my soul here, but I've said to myself, do you know what? I need to enjoy what I'm doing right now and stop worrying about tomorrow, because tomorrow's not even here yet. So what am I thinking about that for right now in this present moment in time? At this present moment in time, as long as I'm being positive, creative and productive, tomorrow's going to be a good day. That I do know. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know why, but I just felt compelled. So I've shared that with you. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I really do need to go and get myself out of these sweaty clothes now because I'm absolutely wringing wet. I've had my protein shake, as you do, and a banana. And I'm going to bid you farewell because I've got some creativity and some productivity to attend to. So you guys, you take care. Look after yourselves. And I'll see you again. Take care. Bye, my lovelies. Bye.